Hi guys, so today I have my lovely Amanda guest with us. Amanda, how are you today?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Beautiful. Amanda, could you tell the audience where you are from and what you do? We have a little pre-chat. It's so interesting, but I'm gonna leave it to you to, to talk all about that.
Okay, so I am Amanda Johnson. I'm coming to you from Southeast Iowa in the US, right here in the heart of the Midwest. And I am an intuitive healer and a wellness coach. I do also have a salt flotation business for people who are here locally that can participate in that. And then I offer Theta Healing services as well as homeopathic educational consulting. So we do some homeopathy and lots of healing. I love to do energetic healing.
I would love, I would love actually if you could talk a little bit more in more depth. What is it? How exactly it works? Like it's so interesting because I don't know. I'm just very fascinated about energy, about spiritual, about all these things. So if you don't mind, just to guide us, what exactly it is, how it works.
Okay. So theta healing is most comparable to Reiki. So it's energetic work. When I work with individuals with their consent, I tap into their energetic field and help them to discover what it is that's holding them back. Meeting people wherever they are, whatever they feel is going on in their life, and then we look at it and we look at what are their goals and how do they want to reach them. And then I look at them from a more spiritual level of calling in my guides, working with their guides. It's called theta healing in that when I do this co-creation work, with their higher power, which can
Hmm.
be source, universe, God, creator, whatever it is for them. And so
Yeah.
I drop into that theta brainwave in order to do that co-creation. So, and the theta brainwave is that kind of lucid brainwave. When you wake up in the morning and you're not asleep and you're not awake, that kind of woo feeling that you have,
Mhm.
it's the as you're falling asleep, it's the brainwave right before delta when you do go into your sleep pattern. It's also the brainwave that you're looking to achieve during meditation, and it's the brainwave that is created with hypnosis. So, with lots of training and practice, I drop in and out of that very easily. That's a big part of our training is to do that. But then we look at what it is that's blocking someone, what
Mhm.
life experience or whatever. And the coolest part of theta healing is that you don't have to relive the trauma. We know things happen. We don't have to know the exact details or anything like that in order to clear it up, so that it doesn't change that the experience happened, but it doesn't feel emotional anymore. So that you can go on and thrive beyond this. Um,
Wow.
Take the lessons that
Yeah.
your soul needs
Yeah.
and move forward and grow and really expand into that being that you were meant to be here for, not necessarily what we've been molded into by all of the external factors in our lives.
Beautiful. And Amanda, well, how is that going? Do you put them in hypnosis, or is this like one session with you online, or is it in person? Yeah.
It can be done. a- My clients do not need to know how to do theta brainwave or get into meditation. I do that as part of the service. I need to achieve that. I
Mhm.
do guided meditations to help gain some of the information that we need. But as far as someone else needing to get into theta brainwave, it's not necessary. It's the brainwave that I use to create the end result. Oftentimes, people do have tremendous quick results in just one session. And I also work with people in package deals,
Mhm.
as well.
Yeah.
Bigger
Yes.
things take more, and there's only we didn't achieve where we are and wanting to change overnight. So while theta healing does work very quickly, oftentimes the big stuff does take a few sessions to do that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I bring people in with, I do a blueprint energetic scan with folks where I go through the 7 chakras and look at each chakra because each chakra is known to have given blocks. And
Yeah.
if we can look at where those blocks are and then line up those chakras, and I look at the chakras as being your little power generators in your body. And if
Mm.
one's working overtime and one's dragging, then you don't have a good flow. And so by releasing those blocks, synchronizing those powerhouses, you just flow better and you're able to achieve more. And that helps my clients understand where they need to focus their energy in their healing journey. So I like to build a bridge so that they don't have to go through all the spots. If we can build a bridge and get over and not have to go around everything,
Yeah.
it just kind of speeds up your healing
And
journey.
yeah, and is it possible for you to identify those blocks in those chakras like within like one session, or it requires
Mhm.
like
So when we do that energetic scan, I call it
mhm,
my energetic blueprint.
mhm,
It is a 60 to 90-minute session where I tap in and I just go through and channel that information out to you. You get a recording of it so you can listen to it and
that's
see where
good.
you need to be. And we
Yeah.
also do that. I also do that for businesses. So if your business, you feel like you're stuck in your business and you don't know if you need to do it, if your answer and solution is in HR or advertising, and for a lot of entrepreneurs, it's a matter of letting go and letting your business grow. You've created this beautiful
Yeah.
business and now you need to you need to let go of it so that it can grow. So I do that scan also for businesses.
Wow, this is amazing. So you can see basically on person whether this person needs to, I don't know, unblock and get downloads, or I'm not sure how to
Hmm.
say. And you also can do that on the businesses and see like which maybe department is dragging down and what's
Right.
what to be done.
Yes, yes. And so when I do that, I'm comparing the business also in the chakras, the departments of the
Oh,
businesses, and
wow.
each one kind of looking as it as a chakra, if you will,
Yeah,
that kind of
yeah,
helps
yeah.
keep us on track
Yeah.
to do that.
That's
Yeah.
completely new to me, like business and chakras and all that. First time hearing it. It's amazing that this can be done as well in terms of energy and balancing as
It
everything.
is it's awesome. It's just amazing,
Wow.
when you talk with people and all of us, I feel all of us have these gifts. They've just been socialized out of us.
Mm,
And so a lot of times I'm working with people to help them to, if sometimes people come to me because they can't see their guides and they want to know who their
mm,
guides are. And
mm,
so I'm able to help them to see their guides. And I also work on the whole concept of seeing. We don't always see things, it's how you
mm.
perceive it.
Yeah.
Do you hear it? Do you see it? Do you feel it? Do you taste it? Or do you just plain know it? So
Wow.
looking at and helping folks through those stereotypes of I remember when I was in one of my theta classes and this gal was just really, really upset that she didn't see things,
Wow.
but she could smell. She would smell, and that sense of smell created a memory that created, those links. And
Mm,
so understanding how your guides talk to you, because they don't really
mm,
like speak in a language. They're not in a human language. So it's that whole interpretation. And that's why sometimes I think we forget how connected we really are. We aren't being as aware as we are. We're too
mm,
our there's just too much mind chatter, there's too
yeah.
much technology involved. And when you're able to disconnect and then
Yeah.
reconnect in
Wow.
yourself,
Yeah.
that's where your power is.
I love it. That is true power, right? Once you connect with your true
Yes.
self, who you are, unstoppable. And Amanda, how did you start that journey? Like, how did it come for you? Like, what was it like to start and that you decided to do what you are doing now?
So I've been intuitive all my life, and I think that the first thing that I was aware of was handwriting. I would see someone's handwriting, and even as a child, I couldn't read it, but I
Uh-huh.
knew what the words felt like. I knew the feelings and the emotions behind those.
Wow.
And then just my family, the intuitiveness was always accepted. It was never necessarily talked about. And people say, well, where'd you get that information? I said, well, they told me. And we
Mm,
just kind of always brushed it up. They told me, or I just
mhm.
knew. And
Yeah.
that was never questioned. And then when I went to college, I was busy learning and engaging in other things, and I didn't really connect with that intuition. And after college, I worked as a social worker for years and years.
Mhm.
And in hindsight, I see where a lot of times working with families who were in crisis, it was that intuitiveness that allowed me to work successfully with them to see what they needed, not necessarily a textbook answer
Mm,
or the social worker
yeah.
method, you know?
Mm,
And
yeah.
then I had a sign and graphics business, and people would come in and they would tell me their aspirations of what they wanted for a business logo. And as they were
Mhm.
telling me, I could see it. I could see it coming to life. And sometimes they would tell me things, and if I didn't have a clear picture, then I would say, I need to sleep on this, and I would see it in my dream. And it's like, okay, this is exactly what I need to do. So then the trick was always getting it out of here and onto paper so that I could show it to them. Um, then from there, the flotation business that I have, um, during a float, the float gets you into that theta, and I could go and float and come up with their design from there. And I've seen some really amazing, cool things floating. Then when the pandemic hit, the float business just kind of fell to the wayside. And I've been through some pretty big life challenges as well along the way. And in the process of relaunching my float business, I ran into a theta healer. And in working with her, I realized, how far down it was.
Yeah.
She does an energetic scan, and when she sees people, she sees them in a lighthouse. And I was in the part of the lighthouse that was the basement, and it was murky and it was icky and sludgy. And she was right. That's where I was stuck in life. So I went through the theta process with her. She's several other modalities as well. And I got my life back, and I'm able to see where I need to be going and what I need to be doing. And that is helping other people so that they don't have such an arduous journey. We're here to find ourselves and to be happy. And
Yeah.
there are so many people right now that are awakening. And if I can be that guide to help them through that awakening process and to, work on their journey and a path and, fill the need that they have, not just fill their time. Um,
Mm, yeah.
so that's what I do. And it was from finding this healing modality that's like, yeah, this is what I need to do. And so that's
Yeah.
how I became a healer.
And Amanda, how do you deal with the sensitivities? Because I can relate. I have that, which I thought that, I'm imagining. It's only when I started interviewing more and more people, I realized, okay, so that's must be real, the energy where I feel people energy.
Hmm.
And then when it's negative, but it doesn't mean that this person is like angry on me. It's just that this person can have, just bad day. That's it, But for me, it's like I let in somehow, and it affects my kind of speaking ability. It blocks me. I was like, I
And
need
s-
to put something, around myself. How do you deal? Because you're very sensitive, right? You feel the energy.
And so, as an empath, as so many people are empaths, I
Mm,
mean, there's having empathy, and that means understanding where a person is coming from. And when we have sympathy, we feel sorry for them.
yeah.
But being an empath,
Mm,
not only can you understand, but you take on the feelings.
mm,
You're in a stadium and you feel the energy that's there and you take it on. And if everybody's happy, you're happy. If everybody's sad, you're sad.
yeah.
And so one of the things I do, and I do a workshop on the boundaries for empaths. You how you put up those boundaries, how you bring in your energetic container and how you protect. It's all in your solar plexus. Your solar plexus is your energetic powerhouse of your body, and protecting that and learning how to pull in your energy so that
Mm,
you are stronger, because as an empath, most of us, before we learn any better, we've got our energy just spread out. And by spreading our energy out, we're weaker, and we're catching everybody's vibe like the common cold. And it is hard to hold that. But as you learn how to hold your container,
mm,
then you can learn how to just tap out just a little bit.
yeah.
You don't have to experience the whole room. You can just taste the energy and understand if you want to be there, if you don't. In the
Yeah.
work of Dr. David Hawkins, he
Yeah.
talks about that scale of energetics, the shame and the guilt, and those are really low
Mhm.
vibrational things.
Yeah.
And if we go and we hang out in those low vibrational areas, if if the number of people in low vibration outnumbers us,
Mm,
it can bring our vibrations down.
mm,
And so you learn to station yourself with people who have a vibration that's closer to yours or higher that you can aspire to. And so I believe that as we all do our healing and we keep vibrating at a higher and higher level, it raises the overall vibrational
mm.
levels of the whole planet.
Yeah.
And as more
Yeah.
people get out of that anger, shame, and guilt cycles, get rid of that fear and step
Mm,
into who they're meant to be, then
yeah.
we're going to have a lot happier planet to be a part of.
I love it. This is so beautiful, Amanda. Yeah, the energy and vibration, and then good vibrations creates more good vibrations because it's like contagious. People like want to, like, I don't know what they kind of get attracted, right? Maybe that's
Right.
how we met. In this,
Yeah, yeah. And when
the
you're
energy.
around, and that brings into, when you start healing and you start growing, sometimes we outgrow our circles,
Mm.
that
Oh yeah.
circle that we've been a part of. And sometimes we outgrow that circle, they outgrow us,
Yeah.
whatever. As you change, your circle changes. And sometimes that feels uncomfortable at first because it's like, oh, I'm
Mm.
leaving them behind. It's like, no,
Yeah.
they have the opportunity to
Yeah.
heal and grow too.
Yeah.
You have to take care of you, which comes into the whole self-care is not selfish. If you
Oh,
don't fill your
I
own
love that.
cup, you can't take care of anybody
Yeah.
else. And I know we have responsibilities as parents, as business owners and things, but you can only take as good of care of them as you
Yeah.
do of yourself.
Yeah.
Starting with, that positive mindset,
Yeah.
every day, being grateful,
Yeah.
being positive, looking for, even things that are just icky. You have an icky day, have an icky
Yeah.
start of the day, and it's like, oh, I'm glad that coffee spilled on the tile, not on the carpet. I am so glad I have dogs to clean that mess up,
Yeah. Yeah.
instead of going, oh man, it's gonna be a rotten day.
Because
Because
and then it will be like as
it
if
will be.
you're
It will be.
programming
The
yourself.
universe goes, oh, that's what you ordered. Okay, let's get that right to you.
There you go, more, even more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the gratitude and like this way, like programming your mind, it's also like very important in the work that you do with the clients, like to be
Oh
grateful
yeah.
for little
Yeah.
things.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Those little things. And then and a big part of the work also is forgiveness.
Oh yeah.
And one of those biggest hurdles is forgiving yourself. We just want to be those tough guys, and it's okay. And it's like, sometimes we beat ourselves up so much that,
Mm.
we have to figure we didn't know any better.
Mm.
I really believe that we do the best we can at the time with what we have. And if we could go back and redo it, we would, but we can't. And so we forgive ourselves, and we forgive those other people around us, and we forgive our higher power for all of that stuff. And that forgiveness work sets you free. It releases that burdensome weight, because when you don't forgive someone, no one else sees it. You just carry that weight and it just
Yeah,
brings you down. So
yeah,
getting clients to the point that they're ready to forgive, that they can let go of it, that they see what the value is in letting go instead of carrying that weight.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing. And Amanda, if someone wants to work with you, could you tell, because you mentioned you have like, if I understood correctly, like one-off consultations online, but also you offer packages if you would like to talk a little bit more like how people can decide and like how it works, everything is how exactly it works. Yeah, please.
So I do offer a discovery call, one-offs, the energy scans, all of those things. The easiest way to find them is going to be at amandabethhealing.com. And then if
Mhm.
you do /linktree, you'll see my social links, and that
Mhm.
will kind of pigeonhole you where you are if you don't want to go through the
Mhm.
whole website.
Yeah, this is amazing. And Amanda, you okay to share the links with the community in the comments so that can people
Oh,
uh,
absolutely.
yeah, after not
Absolutely.
now, like after the interview. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
yeah.
we're
So
always room to bring more, you know.
yeah.
Rising tide raises all ships, and that's
Yeah,
what I'm looking
absolutely.
for.
Yeah, yeah. So guys, Amanda, we're gonna leave the links. You can check it out for yourself and see where you are with your energy. And if you are business, that's for me, that's I'm learning first time because I never heard about it. That was so interesting, Amanda, about that businesses can actually do that scan, the
Oh yeah.
blueprint of the energy and see where are these blocks? Where can what can be done and improved. That is
Yeah,
fascinating.
what is the next best move?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's the next best move? Absolutely. And Amanda, before we're gonna go, I always like to ask this question. When you hear this word next level or next level transformation, what first thing comes to your mind?
Leveling up, doing better, being stronger, bolder, fearless. Yeah,
Yeah,
going to that next level of whatever you are doing.
amazing. Yeah, yeah, love it. Amazing. And Amanda, any final words to the community before we're gonna go?
Just whatever you're going through in life, you don't have to do it alone, whether you reach out to me or anyone. And there are so many people here in the next level Facebook page. There's just reach out to someone, reach out to your bestie, find who you need. No one has to do this alone.
Yeah. Beautiful, exactly. Because alone, it's very hard. It's nice to have a support.
Yeah.
Absolutely, with you, Amanda. Amanda, thank you so much for
Oh,
being
thanks for
here. I
having me.
appreciate you. And guys, thank you so much for watching. And we will see you next time. Okay,
All righty. Bye-bye.
Amanda. Just gonna stop it.